At this hour, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated 5G services in India, marking the beginning of a revolutionary next-gen ultra-high-speed network. The rollout of the 5G telecommunication services will be done in a phased manner over the next 2 years. The network will be launched in 13 cities. That includes, in fact, Mumbai, the financial capital, the national capital Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru City, Chandigarh, Chennai, Hyderabad and Kolkata. At the mega launch event, in the attendance were some of the telecom head honkos, the big businessmen, Bharti Airtel chairman Sunil Bharti Mittal, Aditya Birla Group's Kumar Mangalam and Reliance chairman Mukesh Ambani.
5G के साथ भारत पहली बार टेलीकॉम टेक्नोलॉजी में ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड तय कर रहा है। भारत लीड कर रहा है। आज इंटरनेट का इस्तेमाल करने वाला हर व्यक्ति इस बात को समझ रहा है कि 5G इंटरनेट का पूरा आर्किटेक्चर बदल कर रख देगा। इसलिए भारत के युवाओं के लिए आज 5G बहुत बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी लेकर आया है। डिजिटल इंडिया सिर्फ एक नाम नहीं है, ये देश के विकास का बहुत बड़ा विजन है। इस विजन का लक्ष्य है उस टेक्नोलॉजी को आम लोगों तक पहुंचाना जो लोगों के लिए काम करे और लोगों के साथ जुड़कर काम करे। इसलिए हमने 4 पिलर्स पर और 4 दिशाओं में एक साथ फोकस किया। पहला, डिवाइस की कीमत। दूसरा, डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी। तीसरा, डेटा की कीमत। चौथा, और जो सबसे जरूरी है, डिजिटल फर्स्ट की सोच।
5G will have a significant impact on the education sectors and health sectors. These two sectors will be big beneficiaries of 5G, and I believe with this today's launch by Honorable Prime Minister, India will emerge as a leader of technology in telecom sector. Very soon we should be covering more than 200 cities and small towns. Very soon, within a period of next 2 years, we should be able to cover practically every part of the country in 5G.
The steps taken to fast-track India's march into the 5G era provide a compelling proof of our Prime Minister's determination. 5G is much more than the next generation of connectivity technology. As an industry, we will ensure that we have the highest quality and the most affordable rates that anyone else has in the world. Today, I want to reiterate Jio's commitment to deliver 5G to every town, every taluka, and every tehsil of our district by December of 2023.
आज एक बहुत ही अहम दिन है देश के लिए। एक नए युग की शुरुआत होने जा रही है और मेरा ये मानना है कि इस युग की शुरुआत जो ये 75वीं साल की आज़ादी की अमृत महोत्सव के टाइम पे हो रही है, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के कर कमलों से ये एक देश में नई जागरूकता लाएगी, एक नई एनर्जी लाएगी और इससे जैसे अब मुकेश ने भी बताया कि बहुत सी नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमारे देशवासियों के लिए खुलेंगी।
Another landmark in India, the reforms in telecom sector launched by the UPA government is showing the fruits now. So it is revolution started in telecom sector during Rajiv Gandhiji's time, and Sam Pitroda was the chairman of the CDOT, and now India is witnessing 5G technology, which is it's helpful to the agriculture sector, to every normal citizens of the country.
All right. right, and on this note, in fact, I'm being joined by a very special guest, Mr. Parv Sharma, who's a senior analyst at Counterpoint Research. So thank you so much for your precious time to me right now. A very good evening to you. I want to begin here by asking you, this is a popular saying in the recent times, data is the new oil. How valuable do you think a service like 5G is in a country like India, where every individual, right from the working class to the business class, are dependent on a smooth network and connectivity?
Yeah, thanks for having me. So yeah, you're right that data is the new oil. So with a vast country like India, we have a user base of almost more than 600 million smartphone users. So that brings out a lot of new data into the market. So that data is being used to study the users so that all their target applications can be learned, and even the use of AI and the machine learning, I think, will further enhance what kind of interest and what kind of behavior people are there using with these data.
Parv, another important question to you, just for the better understanding and a more elaborate understanding of our viewers, if you could just break down what exactly are the significant changes, the top takeaways that can be expected with the revolutionization of the 5G network?
Yeah. So if we compare 5G with the older generations, mostly 4G, 3G, so 5G not only brings on the massive broadband speeds, but on top of it, it also includes the lower latencies. So that will enable applications uh, remote control of the vehicles, remote farming. You can have remote studies, AR, VR, the augmented reality use cases, and even if you go into telemedicine, that creates a whole new sector which were not available earlier during the 4G or even the 3G timeframes. So with the cloudify 5G networks, so all these new user cases now have been enabled. So I think we are looking for a bigger transformations, not only from the consumer side, but also from the enterprise side, where mostly all these enterprises can have their own private 5G networks and they can deploy applications like manufacturing or robotics in those manufacturing areas.
All right, and what are the other opportunities, that open up with the introduction of these 5G services in the country, in terms of the employment opportunities? If you could just throw more light on that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think more on the technical side. So since 5G will need more cloudifications, the core network has to be cloudified. So special kind of core architectures development is needed. So more and more, I think developers will be needed. And also, if you look at how Geo is looking into it, so it's mostly on the open RAN, developing their own architectures. So that will drive in a large amount of employment definitely in the sector. But also, if you look the opportunities which 5G is creating is also another big factor which will enable like newer job occupations which will be catered into all these newer applications that are being developed.
All right, one final question. What about the affordability aspect? Will every common man be able to access this service in India?
Yeah, I think definitely if you look from ARPU, which operators are holding currently. So mostly I think with 5G, there can be a little bit premium on top of the services, but usually that is also required because the financial condition of all the operators is not very good. So most of the ARPUs which they drive from 5G, even if they are a little bit on the higher side, they will also help operators to deploy those network more faster. And even I think when it comes to the affordability, I think India is one of the most affordable countries where you can have data for so cheap. So I think with 5G further will enable wider use of data, and also the per cost of data will be much lesser on 5G network. So I think in a longer term, we'll see 5G either increasing the overall data user base, data usage a user has, or overall, I think the ASPs initially we'll see a little bit on the higher side for 5G.
All right, Mr. Parv Sharma, thank you so much for joining us with all your big views on the story.